was to spread the holy name. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu takes the incarnation in the Kali Yuga. He came 550 years ago in West Bengal, Nadia district, and Mayapur actually appeared along with his associates. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came along with his associates, Nityanand Prabhu, Advait Acharya, Gadadhar Pandit, and Srinivas Pandit. So we were seeing the Maha Abhishek being performed at the Mayapur ISKCON temple, which is the headquarters. Wonderful, nice Abhishek of the deities was being performed. So we saw that. About Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we have already discussed in past classes. He is Krishna himself, but he comes in the mood of the topmost devotee of Krishna, that is Radharani, just to see, just to check what is it in me that that the devotees are getting so much attracted to me. So he comes in that form. So yeah, let's start with today's topic. We are in this section. Welcome to our 12th session on who is God, does he care, why should I care? Then I'll share my presentation. Last week we didn't had a session, our regular session, but last week there was a special session which Shama Priyasi Mataji gave on the glories of Kartik month. Before that, we were continuing our series on who is God, and does he care, why should I care? So let me start by singing a small bhajan. Anyone would like to sing this bhajan? Jai Radha Madhav. Very nice bhajan. Maybe this time you hear me, but next time if it would be nice if one of you volunteer to sing this bhajan. Okay? I'll show you one website where all the different bhajans you can find out. See, this is KK Songs, kksongs.org. And so here it's alphabetical. So if you want to sing Jai Radha Madhav, where Jai Radha Madhav is, I'll give this website here in the chat. kksongs.org/. So let's say I want to sing Jai Radha Madhav, so I'll go to Jai Radha Madhav, and I'll scroll down here and Jai Radha Madhav here, Jayarada. This is Jai Radha Madhav. Okay, so very small sweet bhajan. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari, Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari, Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari, Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari, Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranjana, Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranjana, Yamuna Tiravanachari, Yamuna Tiravanachari, यमुना तीरावनचारि यमुना तीरावनचारि राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे राम हरे राम 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 हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे राम हरे हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे राम जय राधा श्री राधे जय गौरनिताय गौरनिताय जय गौरनिताय प्रभुपाद जय जय प्रभुपाद जय जय गुरुदेव जय जय गुरुदेव कलयुग पावन हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय हरे कृष्णा महामंत्र की जय श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय Let me offer the Mangalacharan prayers. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपां साग्रजातां सहगना रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगना ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितं च नम ओं विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामी निति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणी नमोमावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नाम्ने गौरतुषे नमः हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेशा गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमोस्तुते तप्त वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So see, this is the Panchatattva Pranam Mantra. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda, whose Abhishek we just now saw. So these prayers are also very good prayers. The sooner you learn, the better it will be for you to progress. I'll show you. It is there in the introduction of Bhagavad Gita as it is. It is here. It starts from Om Ajnana Timirandasya here, and its meaning is also given here. Then there is Mangalacharan, Vande Ham Shri Guru is there. Then this is the prayer we offer to Krishna. When you offer obeisances to Krishna, one should chant this prayer. It means you are the friend of the distressed and the source of creation. You are the master of the gopis and the lover of Radharani. I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. And this is the prayer we offer to Srimati Radharani, Gaurangi. Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi. Radharani's color was golden, like a molten gold. So, Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi. Body complexion is like a molten gold. And Vancha Kalpataru is the prayer we offer to the great Vaishnava acharyas and devotees in this sampradaya, who are just like the they are fulfilling the desires of everyone, just like the desire tree, Kalpataru, Vancha Kalpataru. And then we offer the prayer to Panchatattva. And then there is the Mahamantra. So it ends here. So you all also try it. Next week, it will be nice to have one of you recite this prayer. So these prayers are very powerful prayers. And if you chant it, it helps in purifying the heart. Okay, with that said, I'll start with today's session. So today we have been doing this series of Who is God? Does He care? Why should I care? This is the second topic in our 6-session series, 6-topic series of Rethink Your Life. How to implement the teachings of Bhagavad Gita in our day-to-day life. So we'll just learn two things today. Does God care? And what is the ultimate dharma of human beings? So I chose to show you that video of Panchatattva Abhishek is today Lord talks about his incarnation. We are into 4th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. And today is the verse, a very famous verse we are going to go through. We have seen the first 6 verses in the Bhagavad Gita where God reveals about himself. And then he talks about he comes to this, he incarnates into the material world on a regular interval. And what is that interval and why does he come? The question is, does he care? So to answer that, he personally comes. So 4.7 is the verse we'll look today. And this is a very famous verse. I recite it once, and if possible, you also recite. Anyone wants to recite, they can recite. It is chapter 4.7. Last week we saw till 4.6. Today this will answer our question on the. So Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Yada yada hi dharmasya glanirбhavati bharata abhyuttanam adharmasya tadatmanam srijamyaham. Anyone wants to try? Shloka, Sona, Nibha. Anyone? I'll recite one more time. यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य ग्लानिर्भवति भारत अभ्युत्थानमधर्मस्य तदात्मानं सृजाम्यहम्.
यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य ग्लानिर्भवति
भारत
अभ्युत्थानम्
अभ्युत्थानम् अधर्मस्य
धर्मस्य तदात्मानं
आत्मानं
सृजाम्यहम्.
विनाशाम्यहम्.
Very good. Nibha Mataji, I see you unmuted yourself. Do you want to?
यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य ग्लानिर्भवति भारत अभ्युत्थानमधर्मस्य तदात्मानं सृजाम्यहम्.
Thank you. Oh, there is translation and purport. Anyone wants to read the translation and purport?
Chaitanya, unfortunately, I have
Are you?
eye inflammation thing going on, so I'm so sorry I can't see the screen. I'm only hearing the session.
Oh, okay, no problem.
I remember I had mentioned I had some photosensitivity and thing. It's actually gotten worse. So
Oh, really?
yeah, please keep me in the prayers. I'm joining the session just to hear. Just I'm off of any kind of screen, but it's always good to sort of hear the session. But please, any kind of prayers or kirtan that you guys do, please keep me in the prayers.
Sure, sure. Thank you. Still, you are joining. Thank you so much. We'll surely keep you in our prayers.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, so anyone wants to read it?
I can read it, but I am not seeing that shloka in your screen sharing.
Oh, you are not? What are you seeing then? Let me share it now.
It was showing that Kali Yuga thing.
Okay, check now. Is it available? Are you able to see now? Shloka?
Yeah.
Please, go ahead. Translation you can read and purport also.
So, whenever and wherever there is a decline in religious practice, O descent of Bharata, and a predominant rise of irreligion, at the time I descend myself.
Wonderful. Go for the purport.
1 second, I have to wear my glasses. So, purport. The word
Srijami.
Srijami is significant herein. Srijami cannot be used in the sense of creation, because according to the previous verse, there is no creation of the Lord's form of our body. Since all of the form are eternally extant, therefore Srijami means that the Lord manifests himself as he is. Although the Lord appears on a schedule namely at the end of the. Sorry, I'm zooming on my phone, so I have to
Hmm.
scroll down. Yuga, Dwapar Yuga
Dwapara
of
Yuga.
the 28th millennium of the 7th Manu in one day of Brahma. He has no obligation to adhere to such rules and regulations because he is completely free to act in many ways at his will. He therefore appears by his own will whenever there is a predominance of irreligiosity and a disappearance of true religion. Principles of religion are laid down in the Vedas, and any discrepancies in the matter of properly executing the rules of the Veda make one
Religious.
irreligious. So, what does that mean? Like, why? So,
What does that mean?
yeah, why like that?
Okay, the Vedas make, uh, so here you are asking, the principle of
Yeah,
religion are laid down in the Vedas, and any
yeah.
discrepancy in the matter of properly executing the Vedas makes one. So it's white and black here. So Vedas
Hmm.
have the like do this, do this.
Right.
Anything outside of that framework becomes irreligion. Anything that is not mentioned and which is going against the rules,
Hmm.
against the rule books, is irreligion. Okay, so that is what is mentioned here. That
So, but
any
my
discrepancy
question,
in the matter, yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
So my question is like, sometime the situations like sometime it's wrong, but sometime at the other point it's right. So how can we
Correct.
define
Yes.
this?
Very, very nice question. And this is actually going to be covered in the class. And if you do not find the answer in the class, we can again discuss at the end.
Okay.
Yeah, this is the very nice question. Yes.
Yeah. Yesterday
You
I
know, you
faced the
know
similar.
who,
Yeah.
yeah, you know who faced this dilemma also? That what
Uh,
to choose between right and wrong. What is right? Both look right to me.
yeah. So.
Arjuna faced this conflict.
Yeah.
So we'll see it. We'll see it. Thank you.
Okay.
You're on the right
Because
track.
yesterday, yesterday I faced the similar thing. Like though that
Okay.
issue was not that big for my kid,
Uh-huh. Mhm.
but like he had a conflict with the other kid. The both are right
Mhm.
on that point of view. So it was so difficult for me to tell him that you are also right and he is also right. So that's why I was asking you.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
We'll discuss.
In the Bhagavatam, it is stated that such principles are the law of the Lord. Only the Lord can manufacture a system of religion. Yes, the Vedas are also accepted as originally spoken by the Lord Himself to Brahma from within his heart. Therefore, the principle of dharma or religion are the direct order of the supreme personality of Godhead. The dharmam to sorry,
Dharmam tu
it,
sakshat bhagavad pranitam.
paritam, yeah. These principles are clearly indicated throughout the Bhagavad Gita. The purpose of the Vedas is to establish such principles under the order of the Supreme Lord and the Lord directly orders at the end of the Gita that the highest principle of religion is to surrender unto Him only and nothing more. The Vedic principles push one towards complete surrender um, unto Him, and whenever such principles are, I think I skip one line, distributed by the demonic, the Lord appears from the Bhagavatam. Uh, we understand that Lord Buddha is the incarnation of Krishna, who appears when materialism was rampant and materialists were using the pretext of the authority of the Vedas. Although there are certain restrictive rules and regulations regarding animal sacrifices for particular purposes in the Vedas, people of demonic tendencies still took to animal sacrifice without reference to the Vedic principles. Lord Buddha appeared in order to stop this nonsense and to establish the Vedic principles of non-violence. Therefore, each and every avatara or incarnation of the Lord has a particular mission, and they are all described in the revealed scriptures. No one should be accepted as an avatara unless he is referred to by. Oh, I don't know where the line went. Sorry.
By the scriptures. Yeah.
So did you resize the font?
No. I just scrolled down.
Okay.
Do you want me to
Scriptures.
resize?
Oh no, that's okay. I'm zooming on my phone, so if you scroll down, it will go. It is going away. So, it is not a fact that the Lord appears only on Indian soil. Oh, He can manifest Himself anywhere and everywhere, and whenever He desires to appear. In each and every incarnation, he speaks as much about religion as can be understood by the particular people under their particular circumstances. But the mission is the same, to lead people of God, consciousness, and obedience to the principles of religion. Sometimes he descends personally, and sometimes he sends his bona fide representative in the form of his son or servant or himself in some distinct form. So my question is, like, God can born in USA also, like other country also other than India?
Yes. Yes. He is not bound to just one country or region. Can come.
Yeah.
Okay. This paragraph.
The principles of Bhagavad Gita were spoken to Arjuna, and for that matter, to other highly elevated persons, because he was highly advanced compared to ordinary person in other part of the world. 2 plus 2 equal 4 is a mathematical principle that is true in the beginners arithmetic class and in the advanced class as well. Still, there are higher and lower mathematics in all incarnations of the Lord. Therefore, the same principles are taught, but they appears to be higher and lower in varied circumstances. The higher principles of religion begin with the acceptance of the four order and the four status of social life. As will be explained later, the whole purpose of the mission of incarnation is to arouse Krishna consciousness everywhere. Such consciousness is manifest and non manifest only under different circumstances.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So, who all knows this? Who all have heard this shlok at least once in their life? Yada yada hi dharmasya glanirvati bharat. Abhyuttana dharmasya tadatmanam sajamyaham.
I heard it many times.
Many times from school time.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, heard it many times, but to be honest, just the translation bit of what I remember was anytime there's dharma, I come in the, I take some sort of a birth and come on earth. That's sort of the simple translation I remember, with the shloka also many times.
Right. Whenever and wherever there is a decline in religious practice, O descendant of Bharat, and a predominant rise of irreligion, at that time I descend myself. Yada yada, whenever and wherever. He, meaning, so what word will go? He, meaning certainly, dharmasya, of religion, glani, discrepancies, bhavati, become manifested, Bharata, O descendant of Bharata, abhyuttanam, predominance, adharmasya, of irreligion, tada, at that time, atmanam, self, srijami, manifest, aham, I. So if we see in the previous verse also, Krishna talks about this, that I come in my form. There is no other form. I come as myself. Ajopi san avyayatma bhutanam ishwaropi sam prakritim swam adhishtaya sambhavami atma maya. I do incarnate by my internal energy, atma maya. Prakritim swam adhishtaya, of myself. In the transcendental Swayam, we say that Swayam, so he's saying that Swam, of my original form I come. Same is being mentioned that Krishna says, so Lord, do you ever incarnate? Yes, I do come. So the question was, does he care? Yes, he cares. That is why he comes whenever and wherever there is a rise of irreligious practice, a decline in religious practice, and there's a predominant rise of irreligion. At that time, he descends. And in the following verses, also, it is explained the purpose of God, Krishna's incarnation. So, the Prabhupada says in the purport that the word Srijami is significant here. Srijami cannot be used in the sense of creation, because according to previous verse, there is no creation of the Lord's form or body. In previous verse, we saw that Prakritim Swam Adhishtaya, by myself I am coming. Since all of the forms are eternally existent, there's Srijami means that the Lord manifests himself as he is. He comes in his original form. His original form is of Satchidananda Vigraha. And although the Lord appears on schedule, namely at the end of Dwapar Yuga of the 28th millennium of the 7th Manu in one day of Brahma. So the calculation of one day of Brahma, right? Let's go to it one more time so that it's clear. So it is mentioned that he appears at the end of Dwapar Yuga, that is 28th millennium of the 7th Manu. So one day of Brahma is, and Lord comes in each one day of Brahma. So he came, if you calculate the age of Kali Yuga, 4,32,000 years, and 2 times Kali Yuga is Dwapar Yuga, and 3 times Kali Yuga is Treta Yuga, and 4 times is Satya Yuga. And if you do all this and multiply, you add all this, then it becomes one Mahayug. And 71 such Mahayug is called as one Manvantar. And there are 14 such Manvantars. That is 71 into 14 is 1000. So 1000 Mahayug is equals to the one day of Brahma. And in that one day, Krishna comes in his original form, which he is in the Golok Vrindavan. In that form he comes. Whereas when is he coming? He is coming in the 28th millennium of the 7th Manu. So there are 14 Manus. In the 7th Manu, his 28th millennium he is coming. Okay. That was the one day of Brahma. But what he says here is he has no obligation to hear what Prabhupada is saying. He has no obligation to adhere to such rules and regulations because he is completely free to act in many ways at his will. Although he's supposed to come, and he does come, but exact time of it, his coming is not defined. He is not bound by it, but he will come whenever there is a need. He comes. He has mentioned that he'll come. But he's not bound to, no one can question him that, hey, you were supposed to come there. Why didn't you come? Why didn't you do this? He's not bound to do it, but he does that. Voluntarily, he does that. He therefore appears in by his own will whenever there is a predominance of a religion and a disappearance of true religion. Now, here comes the second point of the purport. So first point was that God comes. When does he come? He comes in the so and so form of one day of Brahma. In his original form he comes. He doesn't, Srijami means he's not created. He's coming in his own form. That is Srijami. Srijami doesn't mean his creation, because creating something is like from scratch, you create something. But the second point is coming is whenever there is a predominance rise of irreligiosity and a disappearance of true religion. Now here comes the very interesting word dharma, and we'll understand this word. Understanding this one word is going to be the entire chapter, entire session today. This one word, if there are 25 people sitting in a room and we ask them, what is the definition of dharma as per you? There will be 25 different answers and none of them will agree with each other. Some may agree, but some may not agree. So we'll try to understand what dharma is. And to give you an example, see, this is a logo of ICC, International Cricket Council. What does ICC do? ICC creates the rules and regulations related to cricket, which is being played across the world, across the globe, whatever format it can be a test cricket, it can be a 50-over match, it can be a charity match, it can be a T20, whatever different form of rules and regulations are there in cricket is being formed by ICC. Now, similarly, principles of religions are laid down in the Vedas. And any discrepancy in that matter of properly executing the rules, the Vedas, makes one irreligious. In the Bhagavatam, it is stated that such principles are the laws of God. So, as we are discussing, the creator of this world is God. Krishna is the creator. And the knowledge he has given in Vedas means, I just do not mean that Rig, Sam, Yajur, Atharva. No. Veda, the word Veda means knowledge that is being given by God. Veda means knowledge. Okay. Whatever knowledge that is being given by God is dharma. That falls into the category of dharma. Here it is stated. In Bhagavatam, it is stated that such principles are the laws of the God, the laws of the Lord. Only Lord can manufacture a system of religion. No one else, right? The Vedas are also accepted as originally spoken by Lord himself to Brahma from within his heart. Therefore, the principle of dharma or religion are the direct order of Supreme Personality of Godhead. So, dharmam tu sakshat bhagavat pranitam. This comes in the third chapter of the sixth canto of Bhagavatam. In this, there is a conversation happening between Yamadutas and Yamaraj. They are talking about Ajamil. Ajamil, who was a very sinful person, but at the time of leaving, at the time when he saw Yamadutas coming to get him out of his body, he called out his son's name, which happened to be Narayan. And hearing the name of Narayan, Vishnudutta suddenly came for his to save Ajamil. So at that time, this discussion happens between Yamraj and Yamadutas. They were thinking that, well, he was a sinful person, so we went to snatch his life. But they say no. Yamraj says no. Anyone who chants at least once the name of God is free from not just the sin of this life, but all the previous millions of lifetimes. So back to the point of dharma. What is our dharma? Like, so what is your dharma? Can any one of you or all of you can you give some of the examples of your dharma that you're following in your day-to-day life?
So we have to take care of our family and then like parents, and we have to earn money in good way to fulfill all the needs that we have for our life. And we don't, we should not hurt anybody, and we have to follow all the, what to say, so in all the actions we do, we have to follow all the guidelines that has been given by God. Say, for example, I cannot go and earn money in wrong way, right? I should not cheat anybody. I should not get anything additional, additionally, like which is like belonging to somebody. I should not get that. I have to get whatever like I work for only, and like I should not take away others' hard work, and yeah, those kind of things, Chintan.
Right. Okay. So in a summary, you mentioned that the day-to-day activities that you have to do, that follows in the purview of dharma for you.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Anyone else?
Chintanji, for me, I would say similar on the lines, but I would actually like to tag dharma to me means karma, actually some sort of action that you have to do. I don't know if that's the right way to think about it, but I feel whatever your, say, work wise, whatever profession you pick, your sort of day-to-day work, honest work there in the sense of devotion, your obligations towards your family. So any kind of karma that you're doing, to me, that is your dharma of this life.
Okay, any type of karma you do, that is dharma. Okay. Anyone else?
In my view, whatever you do on an ethical way, is the dharma.
Okay. So, dharma of sugar. Can anyone tell me what is the dharma of sugar?
To add sweetness, to be sweet, that is its nature.
Yes. To be sweet. That's the dharma, simple dharma of sugar. Dharma of salt is to be salty. If there is something white and it doesn't taste sweet, it's not sugar, it's something else. Like if there is a white powder lying on somewhere and I happen to lick it, thinking that it's sugar, but it if it is poison, then I may die also. So then it is not sugar, that it's something else. The definition of dharma is something that cannot be separated from you, that will always be with you, and that you are bound to, you are supposed to do that, nothing else. That is what you are supposed to do. Now, what are we supposed to do? What are we supposed to do? Some of you mentioned taking care of the family. Now, let's say I come to ISKCON and let's say my parents they are not happy with me coming to ISKCON. They are actually, but I'm just creating a hypothetical situation. So, what should be my dharma in that case? Should I listen to my parents and leave the teachings that are taught here, or change my path just to keep my parents happy, or should I not listen them? So if I do not listen, then I'm not following the putra dharma. If I listen them, then I'm not following my yuga dharma. So which one is true? How do you decide? That is why we go dharma that is mentioned by God, by Krishna. He clearly defines everything in in the Vedas, in the Bhagavad Gita basically, and he has summarized everything. That is why Gita is also called as Gita Upanishad. So if you see this particular verse I'm projecting right now, this verse is from chapter 15, and it's verse number 15. It says, सर्वस्य चाहं हृदि सन्निविष्टो मत्त स्मृतिर्ज्ञानम् अपोहनं च वेदैश्च सर्वैरहमेव वेद्यो वेदान्तकृत् वेदवित् एव चाहम्. So he says, I am seated in everyone's heart, and from me comes remembrance, knowledge, and forgetfulness. By all Vedas, I am to be known. Indeed, I am the compiler of Vedanta, and I am the knower of the Veda. So he says, I am by all Vedas, I am to, so the Vedas are also directing us to know God. And indeed, I am the compiler. He said, I am the one who has compiled the Vedas for you. And I am the knower of the Vedas. Now, if we go to the purport again, what Prabhupada says here is, in the Bhagavatam, it is stated that such religious principles are the laws of Lord. Only Lord can manufacture a system of religion. The Vedas are also accepted as originally spoken by the Lord himself to Brahma from within his heart. Therefore, the principle of dharma are the direct orders of Supreme Personality of Godhead. So dharma, here you go. It's the definition of dharma. The direct orders given by Supreme Personality of Godhead is the dharma. It is not an optional thing. Whenever we fill some form, we see there is an optional field. No, this is a mandatory field. This is a mandatory field that you have to follow this given. And that's what Prabhupada was saying earlier, right? Anything, any discrepancy in the matter of properly executing the rules of Vedas makes one irreligious. Then this comes dharmam tu sakshat bhagavatam. These principles are clearly indicated throughout the Bhagavad Gita. Now, you may say, okay, I understand dharma. Dharma is something, the direct orders that are coming from Krishna, that is dharma. Where has he given this? He says he has given in the Vedas. Okay, Vedas is a broad term. Vedas is a broad term. It can be in the four Vedas, it can be in the Upanishad, it can be in the, where should I search? So these, the bottom line is the point I'm highlighting here. These principles are clearly indicated throughout the Bhagavad Gita. And even Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita 15:15, the verse I just showed you. Sarvasya chaham hiri sannivishto matta smritir jnanam apohanam cha. Vedescha sarver aham eva vedyo. By Veda you will know me only. Then why not hear directly from me? Vedas also are given by me. This is also directly given by me. The purpose of Vedas is to establish such principles under the order of Supreme Lord. And the Lord directly orders at the end of Gita that the highest principle of religion is to surrender unto Him. So you will say, where does he say this? That what is the highest dharma? What is the best dharma that I should do? Like Parikshit Maharaj, when he had only 7 days left to die. So he asked this question, what should I do now? Every one of us, we do not know if we have 7 days, 7 weeks, 7 years, or 7 months, or 7 minutes. We do not know. So that is why you should focus on the highest principle, which is to surrender unto Krishna. Where is he mentioning this? Let's come to chapter 18, which is the end of Bhagavad Gita. He says, okay, Arjuna, at the end, if you are confused what you are supposed to do or what you are not supposed to do, just hear this. Last time I'm telling you. Sarva dharmam parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami ma sucha. Abandon all variety of religion and just surrender unto me. I shall deliver you from all sinful reactions. Do not fear. This is the very last instruction that Krishna is giving to Arjuna. That, okay, abandon all variety of religion and just surrender unto me. Surrender unto me means listen to me. I shall deliver you from all sinful reactions. So he is taking account of, if you are fearful of any sinful reaction you'll incur, I'll take it. Do not fear. Now, all of you should have one question at this point of time. The question you should have is, hey, you just mentioned that we have to follow the dharma that is mentioned in Bhagavad Gita. And now the same Bhagavad Gita is telling us, abandon all kind varieties of religion, abandon all dharma. How do we understand this? Right? Does anyone has this question? If you have, I'll answer, otherwise I'll move on. Okay, you do not have this question. Did you understand the question that you should have?
No, Chintan. I'm not able to follow you. What is the question?
Yeah, so in the previous slide, I was just mentioning here, what is dharma? The instructions given by God, by Krishna in Bhagavad Gita is dharma, right? And the Vedas are also speaking about Krishna only. I showed you the 15:15 verse where Krishna says, Vedescha sarvar aham eva vedyo. By Vedas you will know me only. And here in whatever orders that are directly coming from Supreme Personality of Godhead, which is Krishna, is dharma. That is what is mentioned by Prabhupada here. Now, if we saw 18.66, Krishna again says that abandon all variety of religion. So on one end, we are supposed to follow our dharma, but then this verse, particularly this verse, talks about abandon all variety of religion and just surrender unto me. So how do we understand this? Now, do you understand the dilemma? Dilemma?
Yes, Chintan.
Yeah. So that is the question one should have at this point of time. So considering that example that and this dilemma Arjun also had, that one end okay, first of all, let me speak on this 18.66. Abandon all variety of religion. So, what kind of religion we have to abandon is there are multiple dharmas you can have. So, let's go to the example of my parents not being convinced about following a particular path. And
I think he dropped off, right?
I think net issue.
Yes. We'll wait for him to join.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes,
Yes,
Prabhuji.
Chintan. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, so I think my laptop somehow shut down, so I joined through my mobile now. Yeah, so if my parents, let's say, are not happy with my spiritual progress, then such if your lower uh, dharma is obstructing your higher dharma, then you have to abandon the lower dharma. You get it? So the higher dharma is to surrender unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And the lower dharma is to follow the instruction of your parents, please your parents or please your family. The higher dharma says, and what determines higher and lower? The orders that are coming from Krishna directly are the highest order, and the orders that are below that, our family life, our office life, whatever that is, that comes under the lower dharma. If your lower dharma is obstructing your higher dharma, then leave your lower dharma. Now I'll explain how Arjuna also faced this dilemma. He was on the battlefield, and
You are breaking, Chintan. We are not able to hear you. I mean, your voice is not coming actually.
hear me now?
Yes, yes. Now it is okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So
So
Arjuna also
last
had.
point you said this is like we were able to hear is like if the lower dharma is like preventing you to reach the higher dharma, ignore the lower dharma. That was the last point. After that, what you said we were not able to hear.
Yeah, ignore the lower dharma. And this is the problem Arjuna also faced. This is the dilemma Arjuna also faced. Why was he saying that I'll not fight the battle? Anyone? Do you know? I'll not fight.
Because many children will lose their parents, many lives will be off. So that is why like why I should do, because like I cannot fight with my own brothers, and
Correct.
although like if I get even Swargam also, like I cannot do that. So he was like into that sentimental loop, right? So that is what has prevented him. So why should the children has to become parentless, right? So that was the question he had actually.
Correct. So he was having a Kula Dharma. Kula Dharma means
I am supposed to protect my family members. I am supposed to give them shelter. That was his kul dharma. And now, how can I kill them? But above that comes the Kshatriya dharma. Like if I do not kill Duryodhan or Dusashan or Kauravas, they are going to rule the planet and they are going to spread irreligion everywhere. Everyone is going to suffer. So for following his higher dharma, he has to give up his lower dharma, which was his kul dharma. That's what 1866 means, sarva dharmam parityajya. That in order to fulfill your higher dharma, even if you have to leave your lower dharma, you leave that and come to Krishna. That was Arjuna's. My laptop has come up now again. So let me see if I can join the Zoom meeting. One minute. Yeah. So that was Arjuna's dilemma. I'm projecting my screen also right now. You're able to see my
Yes,
screen?
it's able to see Chintan. Yes.
He had Kula Dharma and he had Kshatriya Dharma. So Krishna asked that follow Kshatriya Dharma. That is the primary dharma that you are supposed to follow. Now let's go ahead in the purport. These principles are clearly indicated throughout the Bhagavad Gita. The purpose of Veda is to establish such principles under the order of Supreme Lord, and the Lord directly orders at the end of Bhagavad Gita that the highest principle of religion is to surrender unto Him only and nothing more. The Vedic principles push one towards complete surrender unto Him, and whenever such principles are disturbed by demoniac, the Lord appears. So here the cause of Lord's appearance is mentioned. So from the Bhagavatam, we understand that Lord Buddha is incarnation of Krishna who appeared when materialism was rampant and materialists were using the pretext of authority of the Vedas. Right? So here Prabhupada is saying about Lord Buddha's incarnation, that Lord Buddha came, why he came with that purpose, and at one point of time he said everything written in Vedas is ignore it, and just follow the principle of non-violence, because the word given by God was not being understood, or maybe purposefully misunderstood, or in order to derive some benefits out of it, there was so much animal sacrifice that was going on. It says, although there are certain restrictive rules and regulations regarding animal sacrifice for particular purpose in Vedas, people of demoniac tendency still took to animal sacrifice without reference to Vedic principles. So why Prabhupada is bringing Lord Buddha here? Can anyone tell? In the purport, all of a sudden Lord Buddha came. If he is bringing him, there has to be a reason behind it.
I think I could be wrong, but I think Krishna and Buddha, they're all sort of incarnations of Vishnu and Krishna's an incarnation of Vishnu. I don't know if there's a connection, but that's what comes to mind.
Well, Krishna is the source of everything. In Bhagavatam, it says that Krishna is the source of everything, and then from him comes Vishnu, and from Vishnu again the different avatars come. Like it is two stops. First, from Krishna comes Garbho Dakshay Vishnu, Karano Dakshay Vishnu, Kshiro Dakshay Vishnu. All that Vishnu comes, Mahavishnu. And then the Mahavishnu is the one who releases avatars, different avatar at different times. Now, so Buddha is also Krishna's incarnation. Now one may say, hey, this doesn't make sense. From Krishna comes Vishnu, from Vishnu again comes Krishna. How is this possible? I'll give you an example. Let's say Prime Minister of India, who is Narendra Modi. In his cabinet, he has different chief ministers. Let's say there's a chief minister in Maharashtra, BJP has a ruling party in Maharashtra, or XYZ number of states he is. But again, to come to Maharashtra, Prime Minister Modi is sitting in Delhi. Again, to come to Maharashtra, he still has to tell the Chief Minister of Maharashtra that, hey, I am coming. So that the Chief Minister of Maharashtra makes the arrangement for the arrival of Prime Minister. Does this make sense? So although the Chief Minister reports to Prime Minister, but Prime Minister still takes his approval and permission. Okay, I am coming. Is this clear, Sana?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I think that helps. Yeah.
So Buddha, all of a sudden Buddha is coming Buddha is again Krishna's incarnation. And Krishna said, okay, follow what is given in Vedas. And Buddha is saying, do not follow what is given in Vedas. So one may get confused. Hey, on one hand, you are saying me follow what is in Vedas, follow my word. Other hand, you are saying do not follow my word. Why? Because Buddha comes with the purpose to stop this nonsense of animal sacrifices. In some context, it was given for some demoniac people who cannot control their senses, their urges to eat animals. Okay, you perform so and so sacrifice in so and so way, and then you are allowed to eat on certain days with certain regulations. But then what they started doing is that everyone started to manipulate the word of God on their own, and then started justifying all their wrongdoings based on the scriptures. Buddha said, enough, stop this nonsense. Only we have to follow is non-violence. That is why Lord Buddha is all of a sudden coming into the purport. So Lord Buddha, here it says, Lord Buddha appeared in order to stop this nonsense and to establish the Vedic principle of non-violence. Therefore, each and every avatar or incarnation of the Lord has a particular mission. They are all described in the revealed scriptures. Even Lord Buddha's incarnation, that when Lord Buddha will come, is already mentioned in our scriptures. We have seen this, I'm not sure in the Discover Yourself, I think we have covered this. That when Lord Buddha will come is also described. Then no one should be accepted as an avatar unless he is referred to by the scriptures. Like we saw the last week, a person was claiming that he is a Kalki avatar. Okay, we can ask him, boss, as per Kalki avatar, as per Bhagavatam, Kalki avatar is supposed to come after 4,27,000 years. What are you doing here now? You have come before time. So, and so you can immediately nullify such claims. It is not a fact that Lord appears only on Indian soil. Okay, this is one more point that that may require some discussion, right?
But he mostly does does that in Indian region, right?
Yes.
Because that is Karma Bhumi. No, so when we consider the world, that particular Asian region is like Karma Bhumi, right?
Not Lord does not have to do any karma. He is out of that purview of karma, akarma, vikarma. But mostly he comes in the Bharat Varsha because there are devotees there. Well,
Right.
why would I come to your home? If you are welcoming me, then only I'll come to your home. If you are not welcoming me, you do not want me, I will not come. Mostly he comes to the Indian Bharat Varsha to associate with devotees. Like in the next verse, we will see in 4.8. He says, to establish I myself to deliver the pious, to deliver the pious people. If the pious people are there, where are the pious people? In the Bharat Varsha mostly, who follow the Varnashram Dharma, who are devotees. Okay. So he mostly comes into the Bharat Varsha, but it is not like he just comes to India. Otherwise, the 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 subject matter of God becomes extremely regional. It says, okay, God exists in India, in US or in Middle East, we do not care. No. Here also, Jesus Christ came. He came as the Son of God. He said, I am the Son of God. And Prophet Muhammad came. Wherever Lord doesn't go, he sends his representative. And here Prabhupada also says that he can manifest himself anywhere and everywhere and wherever he desires to appear. In each and every incarnation, he speaks as much about religion as can be understood by the particular people. Like if you see in the Bible, it is given in short story format. Teachings are given. Okay, if you have affair with another person's wife, this will happen. This is not supposed to be done. This is what is supposed to be done. If you plunder others' money, this is what is going to happen. So some message is given in the form of short stories. Only that much is given which can be understood in that by the particular people under their particular circumstances. But the mission is the same, Prabhupada says, to lead people to God consciousness. Slowly, he can elevate and obedience to the principle of religion. Sometimes he descends personally and sometimes he sends his bona fide representative in the form of his son or servant or himself. So example of son is Jesus Christ. He said, Jesus Christ he said, I am the Son of God. And he gave them little small stories, only what could be grasped by that generation of people, by that people of that region. And Jesus Christ also said this thing. There is much more than this I have to give you. I have to tell you, but you may not be able to understand it. Jesus Christ said this. So he gives as much it is required at that point of time. So now, this is one point I wanted to mention, concession versus recommendation. What does this mean? So again, going back to the point of why sometimes in the scriptures it is mentioned that, okay, you can kill an animal. You can sacrifice animal and you can eat animal. Also sometimes you can see Manu Samhita says that. Now one may have this question, why there are inconsistencies like this? On one hand, it says that thou shalt not kill. Bible says that. Sometimes in Manu Samhita says, okay, some killing is allowed. Why is this? Well, it is to, let's say, consider an example of a person smoking 40 cigarettes a day. He goes to a doctor and a person who is smoking 5 cigarettes a day. Okay. Now, they both go to the doctor. As soon as the person who visits the doctor and doctor says how much cigarettes you smoke? He says 40. I smoke 40 a day. Oh, this is too much. Reduce it to 5. Otherwise, you are going to die. There are going to be serious problem in your body. Reduce it to 5. That is the concession he is giving. And the other person who goes and he says, I smoke 5. He says, reduce it to 1 or 0. Reduce, do not smoke at all. So when both the people meet outside, they say, hey, he allowed me to smoke 5 cigarettes. The person who was smoking 40 earlier, he said, he allowed me. He said, I was smoking 5 already, but he said, no, I shouldn't smoke 5. So what happened? Is doctor allowing? Is he supporting the idea of smoking? No. He's slowly bringing them to the complete stop of cigarette smoking. Similarly, under some rules and regulation, killing of animal is allowed only for those who have too much demoniac tendency to eat animals, to enjoy their flesh. Okay, then you allow them under certain rules and regulation, and giving then, and then through that you slowly purify your consciousness and come up to the standards of God realization. I've heard one mantra. They sometimes in Middle East or some religion, they chant this mantra in the ear of goat before killing the goat. The mantra goes like this: Mamshiki dam iti mamsha. Meaning, in this life, to satisfy my urges, I am killing you, oh my goat. But in the next life, you are also allowed to do the same. So you can also kill me. This is the mantra. When one realizes this, oh, is it like this? Just to satisfy my tongue, I am doing this. I am letting the goat to kill me next life. They slowly come to the point of real God realization. Mamshiki dam iti mamshu. In this life, you kill me. In this life, I am killing you. Next life, you kill me. Okay? Then you realize, oh, this doesn't make sense. Just to fill my belly for one night, I have to get killed. This doesn't make sense. Then they come to the point of God realization. So concession and recommendation. So the entire session today, I'll conclude here. Happiness and peace will come only if you follow your dharma honestly. That is the entire samam bonum of this session. Happiness and peace will come only if you follow. What is the dharma? Dharma is mentioned in the Bhagavad Gita. Dharma is mentioned in the Vedas. You don't have to go anywhere else. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita also, Sarva Dharma, Vedesya Sarver Aham Eva Vedyo. You want to know from Veda, you will know me only. So read Bhagavad Gita. Directly, it's my instruction. Whatever is mentioned in Bhagavad Gita, those are the principles or injunctions regarding religion given by God himself. That needs to be followed. We discussed 18.66. We discussed why there are some ways a killing of animal allowed and somewhere it is not allowed. Different strokes for different folks, right? So it's perfectly fits here. Different people are on different level, and at that time you have to give them that level of instruction. Even Jesus said that I have much more to tell than this to you, but you are not ready. People were not able to ready. Even for speaking this much also, Jesus was crucified. And it's not like God is not a sectarian person. He belongs to everyone. He can appear anywhere. But he goes there where the devotees are to associate with them. And wherever there is a decline in religious practice, he'll come. He comes on his own will. He's not bound by anyone. We saw Buddhas and we saw Dharma. We saw 18.66. Sarva Dharma. What does that mean? Which kind of Dharma we are? So I'll show you in the purport also that Prabhupada is saying here, according to devotional, one should simply accept such religion that will lead ultimately to the devotional service. One may perform a particular occupational duty to his position in the social order, but if by executing this his duty one does not come to the point of Krishna consciousness, his activities are in vain. Anything that does not lead to perfectional stage of Krishna consciousness should be avoided. Meaning, the lower dharma or the upper dharma we discussed. Like Arjuna had this dilemma of Kula dharma and Kshatriya dharma. So the Kula dharma was the lower dharma, which should be avoided in order to fulfill the higher dharma. So that is where I would like to conclude today's talk. Now we can discuss on the questions you have. So I know Shloka Mataji, you had questions in the beginning. Are those answered, or do you want to discuss further?
Yeah, I got my answer. Actually, this account is my son's account. My name is Kintu. Sorry.
Okay, Chintan Mataji, sorry.
Chintani, one thing. So, if it's said that the dharma is written in Gita and the Vedas, so is it that then everybody has the common dharma of thinking about Krishna? And is that sort of, I would say, a common theme for everyone then? And dharma is not like individual persons; it's like everybody has sort of should give them into devotion and bring Krishna consciousness.
Yeah, actually, everybody has a common dharma, and the dharma is to love and serve God. That is your basic dharma that you are supposed to do. But everyone may not be at that level to fulfill that. Or so for them, there are different levels of details given. Okay, you cannot do this, do this. You cannot do this, you do this. Someone would say, no, I do not want to love and serve God. I want to still enjoy my life and do little bit about God. Okay, then you go into this path. So you'll come to me like vaya. But if you want to directly come to me, then Bhakti Yoga is the process. Directly connect with the injunction given by God in the Bhagavad Gita and make your way back home, back to God. Prabhupada used to say that on a top high-rise building, you can go either by stairs, you can go through an elevator. So Bhakti Yoga is the process of going into the elevator, clicking on, pressing the button of the floor, and then directly moving to that floor. That's how rapid you move in the Bhakti Yoga process. Does that make sense?
Yes. And so then how does karma yoga play into? I thought both bhakti yoga and karma yoga are both ways or pathways of achieving the same thing, right? And gyan yoga, I
Yes.
think the three, bhakti,
Yeah.
gyan, and karma yoga, all three basically lead to the same.
Purest form of karma yoga is nothing but bhakti yoga. You are doing your karma, you are offering your fruit to Krishna. That is, purest form of karma yoga is bhakti yoga only. And purest form of jnana yoga is also bhakti yoga. You are taking the knowledge about Krishna only. You're reading about God realization. And bhakti yoga is specifically, so karma yoga, so below karma yoga is karma kanda, then karma yoga, then jnana yoga, dhyana yoga, ashtanga yoga, bhakti yoga. So all these are ladders. But the purest form of karma yoga is also bhakti yoga. That is why karma yoga is the section of first 6 chapter of Bhagavad Gita. But Prabhupada starts speaking about bhakti yoga from the second chapter itself. Prabhupada starts right away speaking about bhakti yoga because even if karma yoga performed in the purest of the manner, it is nothing but bhakti yoga. You are doing, I have this job. I say that, oh Govind, this is your company. I am working. Everything belongs to you. I am working for you. And the fruits I get from here, I'll maintain my family. And I use the rest fruits to in your service. this family is given to me by you, this nice home and everything is given to me by you. I'll take care of this, and I know the ultimate goal is you. So I'll do karma. I have this tendency to do karma. I'll do that, but I'll also be giving my fruits to you. I'll be doing bhakti to come close to you. That is the purest form of karma yoga. Make sense?
Yes, thank you so much. Yes.
No problem. So I think we missed this last paragraph. It says the principle of Bhagavad Gita was spoken to Arjuna, for that matter to others, for that matter to other highly elevated person, because he was highly advanced compared to ordinary persons in other worlds. So why Bhagavad Gita Krishna spoke here only in India? He would have spoken in some other parts, but no, he says, like I said, different strokes for different folks. There were people in India who could get that knowledge, who could understand it. That's why, like then Prabhupada gives the example of 2 plus 2 equals 4 in a mathematical principle that is true in the beginner's arithmetic. So 2 plus 2 is true, like thou shalt not kill. That is true here also in Bhagavad Gita also. And in the advanced class as well. Still, there are higher and lower mathematics. In all incarnation of Lord, therefore, the same principles are taught, but they appear to be higher and lower in varied circumstances. They appear higher and lower because what appears as higher to us, or for some sect, it may feel as this is very tough, this is very austere, but for us, it will look like, oh, this is very lower. This is not that much high. The higher principle of religion begin with the acceptance of 4 order and the 4 statuses of. So this is the highest principle, the 4 order and 4 statuses, which is Varnashram Dharma, which is called Varnashram Dharma, which will be explained later. So the Chatur Varna Maya system, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, that these 4 divisions of the society are created by me. What are the 4 divisions? Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. These are the 4. And then 4 orders is Brahmacharya, Grahasthashram, Vanaprastha, and Sannyas. These are 4 ashrams, which we will discuss in detail. But these are created these are the higher principles of religion. And the whole purpose of the mission of incarnation is to arouse Krishna consciousness everywhere. Such consciousness is manifest and non-manifest under different circumstances. So the purpose of any incarnation is to slowly bring them towards Krishna consciousness. Someone may be at some other level, someone may be at some other level, but to uplift them, that's the purpose of incarnation. Yeah, now I think we have completed this verse. We can discuss on any question.
So I have a question. So I understood that the higher level dharma and the lower level dharma. So when there is a fluctuation, like you are in a dilemma, you have to choose the higher level. So, but now I'm again confused. As like this 4 like Vanaprasthana, Gruhasthashram. So when right now I'm in a Gruhasthashram. So at this point, like if I have a conflict with to do certain dharma related, what should we do?
Okay, so you are saying you are in Grihastha ashram, but you are having certain difficulties in executing the duties in the Grihastha ashram. So what should you do?
Yeah.
Okay.
So like in this manner also, like higher dharma I have to choose, but if I go for a higher dharma, then that will affect on my gruhasthashram. Yeah, so like what, and that kind of situation, what a person should do?
Yeah, prematurely retiring from any ashram is not good also. That ashram is supposed to teach you something. Like
Hmm.
Arjuna prematurely wanted to. He was in Grihastha ashram. He said, I will abandon this and I'll go to forest. He said, I'll go. He wanted to jump to Vanaprastha. What Krishna said him, if you read in first and second chapter, he gives this thing in first chapter, that I want to leave this and go to forest. Then Krishna says, Naipadyate, he says, he uses Naipadyate, Krishna uses this word. This does not suit you, Arjuna, or talking like this, that you're running away to forest and all. Even if you go to forest, you become a yogi, what you will do, if someone doesn't give you dakshina, you become a sadhu baba, you will beat him. Because that ashram, you are prematurely retiring from that ashram. That is not good. That you shouldn't do. You have to stay in that ashram for a time being, execute your duty as given in the scriptures, as what you are supposed to do, and then retire from there to the higher. But Prabhupada has made this so simple. The Vanaprastha system is like, whichever order you are, either you may be in Brahmacharya, Grahastha ashram, Vanaprastha, or Sannyas ashram. In all four ashram, you stay connected to God, Krishna. You have to do this so and so activities, like chant rounds daily, read about Krishna, offer food to Krishna, do the deity service, hear about Krishna. Then it doesn't matter whichever ashram you are in, because you are still making progress. The purpose of ashram is to facilitate you towards your progress in Krishna consciousness. But if you are able to do it by staying in whatever ashram you are in, you are good.
Okay.
Yeah, but you have to make sure that you are doing, like in Hindi we say ekkavan, bavan. That means after 50, one should retire to the forest. He should go. That age comes. Ekkavan means you go to one now. One, go to one. Leave this and go to one. But now we are seeing people are so entangled in their day-to-day life till the last birth, they do not get a time to connect. So Vanaprastha is okay. Now I give up some more active. I had this thing to run my family, and now okay, now I have my children and they are grown up. Now I can leave them aside and focus more on my, because after 50 we do not know when is the last breath going to be. Actually we do not know ever when is our last breath going to be, but
Yeah.
after 50
So
it's
that was my worry. Like right now, I don't know tomorrow I will be alive or not. If I do my meditation and chanting and everything, then I cannot focus on my child. So like how to? But I got the answer, and I was confused, the higher dharma and lower dharma. So these connect, because of confusion I connected this and that both together.
Okay, is it clear now?
Yeah, thank you,
Okay.
Prabhuji.
Yeah, chanting, difficulty in chanting is there. Is there something that many people, not many, almost everyone follows, because this soul has been conditioned for so long, since so many lifetimes. When you try to connect this soul to Krishna, there is resistance by mind. That no, mind is always thinking that, hey, this is my serious customer since so many years. I've been fooling this person for so long. Now if he or she starts chanting, I'll lose my kingdom over this person. So mind becomes more cautious and tries to take you away. But Krishna gives the solution. Like whenever it goes away, ekeha kuru vyavasayatmika buddhi ekeha kuru nandana. Whenever it goes, pull it back. Pull it back.
Okay.
Focus. Yes. Anyone has any other question?
I had the same question, and I want to say thank you for this asking this question and giving answer. Even every day I think about this, that about if when I focus on my kids, sometimes I can't do chanting, and when I do chanting or puja, so I feel guilty that I'm not taking care of something missing in my grahasthashram. So thank you for giving this answer
No problem. And
and asking this question.
some practical tips maybe. I know you may have a busy schedule with your children, but sometime if they are resting, maybe you can try to chant at that time, or maybe early morning before they wake up. That would be the best thing that you could do. Start at that time, and slowly you can also engage your kids in this process, and then you can at one point of time you and your kids both can do bhakti together, and that is actually the dharma of parent.
Yeah.
5.5.8 Bhagavatam, Rishabdev tells to his 100 son, Guru na shishyat, Swajano na shishyat, Pitro na shishyat. That means don't become a father, don't become a mother, don't become, if you cannot give this to your kids or Guru,
Yeah,
under
yeah.
those who are taking shelter. Yeah.
So what I have started, I am trying to chant each and every time. So I'm practicing that. So right, sometime what happens, like I was very wondering for my ability. Sometime I was talking also, and I'm feeling chanting in my heart and my mind. So I was sometime now that practice, and now it's like a habit becomes like a sometime, like right now I'm talking with you, but my heart is chanting. So this both process one person can does. So I never thought that. And sometimes I distract my mind. I try to again go on the same what I did. I have kept some alarms from my phone in my phone. So like every 4 5 hours it's ringing. So I'm checking myself that I'm chanting or not. That's how I started chanting in mind,
Wow,
in my
very nice.
mind. Yeah.
Very nice.
So like
Thank you.
the person who were talking about like earlier, I'm giving tips to her.
Dibha Mataji.
Yeah, I also while doing cooking, like in whole process of cooking, I chant. So it became like habit
Yeah.
while doing some work or like cooking or doing any work. So yeah, initially I also like uh, put alarm for chanting few days, month. Now it became a habit, and now while doing working also, I chant in my mind. So it feels
Wow,
very good.
nice. I'm very happy to hear all these realizations, all these tips. I myself will start utilizing some of these tips from a daily sadhana. Thank you. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Still,
Thank you.
I have another question. Like
Sure.
everybody's saying, like do meditation. So I am facing this problem. Like within like few seconds, I don't know how to control my mind. Like the past experience and something happened in my life. That all things come in my eyes, and I'm not able to concentrate. Like I'm sorry, but like I'm going and slapping them like when I'm doing meditation. So like it's like I don't know how to focus on my meditation. I want to forgive them, but instead of forgive them, they are coming in my mind at that particular time, and I'm literally slapping in my mind, and I don't know what to do at that situation. Is it a normal thing for beginners?
Not just for beginners, it is for everyone. When you
Oh,
start
okay.
becoming in Krishna, serious in Krishna consciousness, Maya starts becoming serious in you. So uh, postpone, I would say, postpone the distraction. You will say, as attraction to distraction, there will be, mind can always tell you, okay, do this, think this, contemplate on this, but it will never can force you to do anything. Like mind is like this, it will bring one this, okay, this, do this, it will do this, but to choose
Yeah,
that
yeah.
option is in our hand. It continuously one picture after another, mind will, okay,
Yeah,
see
exactly.
your this
Same
relative, this,
happening. Yeah.
you have to tell him, okay, sit down for some time and I'll get back to you after my chanting is done. Or sometimes what happens is, do not take any action. Okay, mind thought was there, thought came and thought gone. That's why Krishna says that, right? Pull it back. Whenever, in the gym they go and they have this dumbbell, it goes down and they pull it up. It goes down and pull it up. At that time, the muscle builds.
Hmm.
Similarly, every time the mind goes out, you pull it back. The intelligence becomes stronger. That is the exercise for the intelligence, and that's how you control the mind. So your intelligence becomes stronger. That is the only thing you can. There will be attraction to distraction, but no action. Keep this rule in mind.
Yeah.
Attraction to distraction will always be there, but our action plan is no action.
Right. So, like, at that stage, like when I slap them in from my mind, I try to stop myself that this is not worth it, because I'm trying to forgive them. I want to go in a meditation path. I want to get a peace, but I'm distracting and I'm doing violence. Like I feel like not physically but mentally I did that. It's a karma, right? Like it will go against to universe and it will come
Yeah,
back to me.
and the devotee of Krishna never has to be morose or anything about anything. Why? Because they know that they are on the right track. They are the ultimate. They are doing the ultimate good for the
Right.
people, right? Not for themselves and for the people. They are doing the ultimate good. They are on the best track as they could be. And even if something inauspicious thing happens in your life that brings you closer to Krishna, that is not an inauspicious thing. That is actually an inauspicious thing. Think of it like Krishna arranged it for me such a way that I came into this track now.
Mm.
He had to give me this treatment so that I can come on this track. So Krishna has different ways to attract different kinds of people, and uh, more than us, other day also I mentioned that it's a one-sided love affair between us and Krishna. One-sided
Right.
meaning he only loves us, but we do not love him back. But he does all tricks and tricks to get us there. So maybe he's doing these tricks to get your attention and go keep you on this path. So just think that whatever has happened, it has happened for good to get you on this path of bhakti so that you can progress nicely from here.
Okay.
Everything
Thank you,
that
Prabhuji.
happens for a reason. It gives a lesson to us. Uh, either I win or I learn. There's no
Yeah.
lose here,
Loss.
losing part
Yeah.
here.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhuji.
No problem.
One more thing. Sorry, I don't know. I could catch your name. But I know you mentioned about old experiences coming to your mind. I'm recently just suffering from this Ayaka illness, so I have a lot of time because I can't. I've been told to stay off screen, so I'm listening to a lot of audio books and audio things. So one of the things a friend of mine mentioned was a book by Louis Hay, and she talks about emotional healing. And all of us have gone through those phases in life where we have either somebody wronged us or they stayed in our mind and they sort of create negative emotions in us. So one of the techniques she talked about in that audiobook was closing your eyes and whoever it is that upset you in any form, thinking of them as like they are up on the stage and you're looking at them. And she said it's a little difficult, but imagine what is the best that can happen for that person, whether it's in their career or in general in their life. Wish them all the wellness. And in a way, you're sort of releasing them from your own inner psyche. And then imagine yourself on the stage and say, I forgive you, and think about the best that you can for yourself. So that, it's sort of an emotional release where I know you're saying you want to hit them and whatever. It's not really violent. It's just your inner emotion sort of coming out. And the way I understood her book was essentially you're trying to release that one by one. So try that. I don't know if that works, but I think I found it very interesting.
Thank you. I will do it.
And let's say if you have a house, Kintu Mataji, and if some tenants are living in that house, but they are not paying you rent, that is not a good thing, right? Similarly, these bad experiences or people who you want to forgive, they are living in they've occupied a space in your mind here without any rent. They are not, what's the rent they are paying? They're not paying anything. So vacate those people as soon as you can. And there should not be a deliberate attempt to vacate them, but if you could put good things there in the mind, automatically the room for bad things goes out. You got it? So
Right.
if I
Thank you.
fill so much flowers in one room, automatically the bad fragrance will also go down. And when then pushing out the bad fragrance is very easier. And yeah, occupy yourself with hearing, more and more hearing and reading of
Okay.
scripture. That is the ultimate satisfaction that will provide to you. That soul is hankering for, ultimate happiness, peace. That soul is hankering for. All right. Okay. Any other points to discuss? Thank you so much for your active participation. If nothing else, we'll conclude today and we'll meet next week again, same time. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.